musicians. Anyways, there are lots of people watching this, and there are lots of people in the room. But if you're watching this, it does not sound like there are a lot of people in the room. So please, once again, please put your hands together for yourselves. You've left the beautiful outside to come inside. Thank you. We appreciate that. The staff here is fantastic. These musicians are fantastic. I will be the guy in the way. Thanks for coming to Songs for Hope, a DC tribute to Pete Seeger. Without further ado, please put your hands together for Candice Mills, everybody.
Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside, little boxes all the same. There's a green one and a blue one, there's a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they're all made just the same. And the people in the houses went to the university where they all were put in boxes and they all came out the same. There was doctors and lawyers and business executives, and they all made out of ticky-tacky, and they're all just the same. And they all play on the golf course, drink their martinis dry, and they all have pretty children, and they all go to school, and the children go to summer camp, then to the university, where they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they're all made just the same. And the boys go into business and marry and raise a family, and boxes made of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. There's a green one and a blue one, green one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they're all made just the same. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ticky-tacky, and they're all made just the same.
Candice Mills and others. You stop tuning that thing. I'm Jay Kane. He can tune that thing. It's perfectly fine. Everyone's physically fine, okay? Everyone's good? Happy to be here? There's so many young babies here and others. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, playing technically the first hit in America, originally from 1948. No song had sold more than 5,000 copies before it. This sold over 100,000. I'll let them figure it out once you start playing it. Please put your hands together for Rogerio Noresi, everybody.
How are you guys doing? So, back in Brazil when I was 7 years old, my mom gave me a pencil case, and it had a mini piano on it. Do you guys remember those? And with the very tiny keys, and you would need a toothpick to play those keys. And it came with a music sheet with some very popular and simple melodies. And I had a lot of fun playing that. And one of the melodies was like that. Does that ring a bell? So, I'm going to play this song. And I brought a little bit of Brazil into this version. But I'm also going to sing in English. And, yeah, I hope you guys like it and sing along. Alabama pra tocar meu violão. Quando vi uma menina num cavalo alazão, ela me pediu sorrindo pra tocar uma canção que falasse do Alabama, de um banjo, um violão. Ó Susana, não chores por mim, pois eu vim do Alabama pra tocar meu banjo assim. Ó Susana, não chores por mim, pois eu vim do Alabama pra tocar meu banjo assim. A terra ardendo, a fogueira de São João. Eu perguntei, ai Deus do céu, ai, por que tamanha judiação? Eu perguntei, ai Deus do céu, ai, por que tamanha judiação? From Alabama with a banjo on my knee. I'm going to Louisiana, my true love for to see. It rained all night and day, I loved the weather, it was dry. The sun so hot I froze, so love Susanna, don't you cry. Oh Susanna, don't you cry for me. For I came from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Everybody. Oh Susanna, don't you cry for me. For I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. When everything was still, I dreamed I saw Susanna coming down the hill. A red, red rose was in her cheek, a tear was in her eye. Said to her, Susanna, girl, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. For I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Sing along. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. For I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. For I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. For I come from Alabama with a banjo. My Thanks, guys.
That was really great. Do you always play with the alligator and/or crocodile on top?
I cannot play without the alligator, by the way.
Does the alligator have a name?
The alligator. It's George.
George the alligator, everyone. Something for everyone here. Thanks for the applause. Sure, we earned that one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please put your hands together for Laura Schwartz, everybody.
Hello. Thank you all so much for coming and listening to us. This next song I'm going to play is newer than that last one we just played, although still on the older side, written by Merle Travis in the 40s. And it's about the plight of coal miners. It still rings very true today, and it's more important than ever to pay real attention and not just political attention to those left behind in the modern era. Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Pia, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. Picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal. The straw boss said, oh, bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Pia, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. A fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by an old mama line. Ain't no high-toned woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Pia, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Pia, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. You load 16 tons, what do you get? What do you get? St. Peter, I can't go. Thank you.
So you can play folk music with electronic accessories. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's okay. We have to embrace everything and everyone. Speaking of embracing everything and everyone, this is yet another song that isn't Pete's originally. And I'm going to let Jonny Grave take it over from here. And what do you think?
Thanks. This is a song Woody Guthrie wrote when he was traveling during the Great Depression, traveling from state to state, hitchhiking for most of the way, looking for work, looking for jobs. It's interesting playing this song now. It's a fitting statement. There are still several Americans out and about looking for work.
And so I've had this opportunity to sing this song in many actions recently, especially standing with our immigrant, refugee, and Muslim brothers and sisters who have been excluded. And so we're going to do a version today that it was actually the Woody Guthrie version, also combined with a version in Spanish done by Sones de Mexico. These became very popular in a lot of immigrant activist circles. And so I'm going to teach you the words in Spanish, and we're going to do a little combined version and lead the song. So try to follow me here. So we'll try it along. It goes, esta tierra es tuya.
Esta tierra es tuya.
Esta tierra es mía.
Esta tierra es mía.
Desde el horizonte.
Desde el horizonte.
From the horizon. Hasta la otra orilla.
Hasta la otra orilla.
It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Till the other edge. Desde las montañas.
Desde las montañas.
Mountains. Costas, ríos y valles.
Costas, ríos y valles.
Yeah, good job. La tierra es para ti y para mí.
La tierra es para ti y para mí.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and hope you sing along with us.
As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw before me an endless skyway. Saw below me the golden valley, saying this land was made for you and me.
Together in English.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Cuando caminaba, llegué a una frontera donde había un letrero pa' que no pasara, y del otro lado no decía nada. La tierra es para ti y para mí. In Spanish, everyone. Esta tierra es tuya, esta tierra es mía, desde el horizonte hasta la otra orilla, desde las montañas, cosas, ríos y valles. La tierra es para ti y para mí.
Follow my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
En español. Esta tierra es
tuya, esta tierra es mía, desde el horizonte hasta la otra orilla, desde las montañas, costas, ríos y valles. La tierra es para ti y para mí. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
So, that's a song you know. Most of these are songs you know. This next song is actually the first one written by Pete. This guy's Jonny Grave. I've known Jonny for quite a while. This is the part where I embarrass Jonny. It's going to be fantastic. So,
Wait.
I'm not going to sing to you. Don't worry. I was in bands. I was very good and very loud. Anyways, Jonny plays more shows than anyone I know. in and around Washington, D.C. and on the road. Jonny, tell these fine people how many shows you played in 2016.
2016 was 186.
186. How many of those were in D.C.?
About 110.
Okay. Thanks for being very specific. I appreciate that. So you literally hit the road. It's a proud tradition. I was essentially assigned the book report of this show. So I've done a lot of Pete Seeger research. I've listened to a lot of Pete Seeger interviews. And this is one of my favorite things that I learned while researching him. This is from WAMC's In Conversation With from 2003. I think if I read it, we don't have to give WAMC any money. Is that correct, Diana? I'm putting this all on you right now. Thank you so much. Anyways, here's the quote. Woody Guthrie taught me how to sing in bars. He said, Pete, put your banjo on your back, buy a nickel beer, and slip it as slow as you can. Sooner or later, somebody's going to say, can you play that thing? And don't be too eager to say, maybe a little, and keep on sipping your beer. Sooner or later, somebody will say, kid, I got a quarter for you if you pick us a tune. Now you unlimber your banjo and pick 'em your best song. I sung my way out to Montana, down to Florida, and never went hungry as long as there was a bar. I could sing a few well-known songs. That is touring 101. Nothing has changed. To prove my point, Jonny, what are you doing after tonight's show?
I'm playing a gig.
Where?
Nanny O'Brien's.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jonny Grave.
Between this stage and the really big important show with all the real stars inside the concert hall over there, between these two stages tonight, you're going to hear a lot about Pete Seeger. You're going to hear different sides of Pete Seeger. You're going to hear about Pete Seeger, the songwriter, and Pete Seeger, the song leader, and Pete Seeger, the rabble-rouser, and Pete Seeger, the labor organizer, the communist, the vegetarian. There are a lot of sides to Pete Seeger and his work and what he did. The side we don't talk a lot about, the side that we don't really discuss, and it's a shame that we don't, is his incredible proficiency with instruments. He has this capability to mimic that sort of bony hillbilly sound perfectly well, but also has a wonderful ear for classical composition. There's a great tune of his called the Goofin' Off Suite, and he concludes that suite with the refrain from Ode to Joy, Beethoven. I'm going to play a song for you on the 12-string guitar, which is like a 6-string, only it's a little bit bigger. Pete Seeger's 12-string was 27 3/4 inch scale, and the only way to explain that to somebody who doesn't play guitar, Leo Kottke says it's as if you tried to make your bicycle a block long and then ride it. Massive, behemoth guitar, huge guitar, long neck, stretching his fingers as wide as possible. Corn cob thick strings, just huge guitar. But from that, he was able to coax these amazing melodies, and this is one of them. This is a Bahamian melody that he pulled from the Bahamas about getting paid it's from Joseph Spence. It's called "Living in the Country." And of course, because it's a 12-string, if one string's out of tune, you have to tune the other 11 around it, so. Tunes like this.
I have more book report to tell everyone. This next song was made famous because of censorship. So, thanks, Smothers Brothers. I've read a lot of books because they were censored. I've listened to a lot of music if they were censored. If you are part of anyone that has the ability to censor something, please do, because then it makes people like us be able to pay our bills, and that's a fantastic thing. So I'm going to read a passage from a Studs Terkel book. Does anyone in the room know who Studs Terkel is? Great. For the people watching and listening at home, I'd say that's a 30% percentage, and that's very disappointing. It should be 100%. Studs Terkel is the most important oral historian ever. That's not hard to say. Audio recordings haven't been around that long, and Studs was around for most of it. So Studs Terkel had multiple radio shows and lots of books, and this is one of the books that was released later in his life. It comes from 2006, and there's nothing more exciting than watching a man read from a book. So here we go. He interviewed Pete. Pete and him became friends. Studs and Pete had very similar lives. They both loved the same person for a very long time and lived with that person for a very long time and stayed in love with that person for a very long time. That's kind of the goal in life, and that's inspiring. And also a goal in life is to be blacklisted. So both of these guys did that. Anyways, so this is from And They All Sang. That's a plug for a book. Alan Seeger was Pete's uncle, and he served in World War I, and he died in World War I. And this is a poem that the New Republic magazine printed. I have a rendezvous with death. When spring comes back with rustling shade and apple blossoms fill the air, I have a rendezvous with death. When spring brings back blue days and fair, it may be he shall take my hand and lead me into this dark land, and close my eyes and quench my breath. It may be I shall pass him still, a rendezvous with death. At midnight in some flaming town, when spring comes north again, and I, to my pledged word am true, I shall not fail my rendezvous. That's the poem. And this is now Pete. It became a famous poem. I saw a picture of troops wading across the Mekong River, and all of a sudden one line came to me, waist deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to me, push on. I'm not a facile songwriter. It takes me sometimes weeks to write a decent song, or it takes other people to rewrite it. Oh, I almost had it. I screwed up the last word. It's okay to laugh and smile. I know we're talking about heavy stuff and heavy subjects, and it's April 15th in Washington, D.C., but everything will be okay. And even if you don't believe that, just lie to yourself. We're going to try our damnedest. That's the point of music. I don't know if you guys knew that. So let's bring up some people with talent. Please put your hands together for Ballad've, everybody.
Make sure that we do the best we can with this song, and nothing is worse than an out-of-tune banjo. It's like torture.
I was a member of a good tune. We were out maneuvers in Louisiana one night by the light of the moon. The captain had told us to ford the river, and that's how it all begun. We were knee deep in the big muddy, but the big fool said to push on. So this is the best way back to the seconds later, the captain's helmet was all floated by. The sergeant said, turn around, man, I'm in charge from now on. And we just made it out of the big muddy with the captain dead and gone. Stripped and dived and found his body. He was buried in the old quicksand. I guess he didn't know that the water was deeper than the place he had once before been. Another stream joined the big muddy about a half mile from where we had gone. And we were lucky to escape from the big muddy when the big fool said to push on. You're still talking, you'd like to keep your health. Every time I read the paper, that old feeling comes on. We were waist deep in the big muddy, we were neck deep in the big muddy, we were over our heads in the big muddy. But the big says to push on. Says to push
It's nice to live in a time where you don't have to worry about random wars. It's very... You're in the nation's capital. We're all doomed. Positive attitudes. We need positive attitudes. It won't save us, but we'll be happier. Sure. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in this city in 2017, even more. Johnny put something together like this a few years ago after the passing of Pete Seeger. And I'm glad we're doing this now. It seems way too relevant. Because it is. Speaking of relevant, is that an okay transition? Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a good, fun time together. We're all happy to be here. This next performer, she actually fronts a fantastic band, and you can see that band around town. I work for Bright Chunk Things. We've written about that band. They are Elena and Los Fulanos. Did I say that correctly? Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, she'll explain what's going on. Please put your hands together for Elena Lacayo, everybody. Elena.
Well, Pete was also known for his storytelling, so for this show, that's what I'm trying to bring to the table. And so I'm going to do a version of his song exactly how he did it. Whoops. Jose Marti was born in 1852. When he was 17, he was active in the Cuban liberation movement and was exiled by the Spanish governor. He spent most of his life in exile, including 12 years in New York City. He wrote 70 books, poetry, novels, polemics. He is one of the greatest writers of the Spanish language. At the age of 42, he went back to Cuba, and this is one of his last poems because he was killed within a year in an abortive uprising. After he died, people put it to a popular tune. Let's do it one more time with y'all. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Y antes de morir me quiero echar mis versos del alma. Everyone now. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmín encendido. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmín encendido. Mi verso es un ciervo herido que busca en el monte amparo. Todos. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. The words mean, I am a truthful man from the land of the palm trees. Before dying, I want to share my poems of my soul. My poems are soft green. My poems are also a flaming crimson. My poems are like a wounded fawn seeking refuge in the forest. The last verse goes, con los pobres de la tierra, with the poor people of this earth, I want to share my fate. The streams of the mountains please me more than the sea. Con los pobres de la tierra quiero yo mi suerte echar. Con los pobres de la tierra quiero yo mi suerte echar. El arroyo de la sierra me complace más que el mar. Everyone now. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera,
Johnny, you pick all the positive songs.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to read a passage of... that's the exciting part. Everybody listen up. I'm going to read something that Studs... Sorry. Listen, I like Studs Terkel a lot. He's pretty great. I'm going to read something that Pete Seeger said. It's kind of well known, and he's great. This is about songs. What a shock. It's part of a long chain. It's just like humanity. We know none of us exist all by ourselves. We're part of a long chain. And sometimes I think it's important not to be the longest link in the chain, but simply a good, strong link to keep the chain together for future generations. That's what you're doing by coming out here. A lot of you brought young people. Thank you for doing that. A lot of these... You should clap for yourselves. Yes, that's nice. That's what the Kennedy Center does 365 days of the year, because there still needs to be music on Easter Sunday and Christmas and every other holiday, even if you're not a white guy from America. There's a lot of other holidays. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we can celebrate every single day. And these staff members here do a lot to make that happen. So thank them. And Johnny is going to sing one of the most positive songs in the Pete Seeger catalog, or opposite. I don't know if you guys know this, but the prison industrial complex is pretty great for some people that dress like me. Anyways, do you want to explain what the song is about, or you want me to just bum everybody out? Ladies and gentlemen, Jonny Grave.
Give a hand to our host, by the way, Brandon Weatherby. In addition to being the managing editor of Brightest Young Things, which is a glorified blog, they call it an online magazine, he is also the host of a podcast called You, Me, Them, Everybody Live, and has just recently celebrated his 8th year with that podcast. I urge you to please go online to You, Me, Them, Everybody. Search for that in your device bar. One of my favorite Pete Seeger stories is almost immediately after the Smothers. I don't think I've told this story to you guys before. Almost immediately after the Smothers Brothers incident, he was blacklisted. About maybe 2 or 3 years before that, before playing a vehemently anti-war song on national television, Seeger actually had a public access show of his own called Rainbow Quest. If you have any recollection of Rainbow Quest, raise your hand. That's like 6 of you for those of you watching at home. That's great. It's a fantastic show where he would bring on all kinds of performers. He would bring on Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee and Buffy St. Marie in the same episode. Amazing show. One episode he had June Carter Cash and Johnny Cash. And I don't know if you know anything about Johnny Cash's drug history, but he was not always a sober guy, and he was less than sober on Rainbow Quest. However, Pete Seeger was patient enough to coax him to play some songs that were going to be readily familiar and easy to play, despite being inebriated. So Johnny Cash repaid the favor years later. Exactly 1 year after Seeger was blacklisted from the Smothers Brothers show, he made an appearance on the Johnny Cash Show, which is filmed live, not on public access. That's filmed live in the Grand Ole Opry, in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, in the very lap of conservative America. What's the best way to anti-blacklist someone? It's to put them front and center on the Grand Ole Opry. The very tail end of the song, Pete Seeger waves to someone off stage, and it's Johnny Cash who comes out playing Pete Seeger's 12-string guitar and singing harmonies. This is a song that I think most of you all know. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, oh, but I won't be worried long. That's your part. Y'all want to try it? Let's try it again. Do y'all want to try it? There we go. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now. Oh, but I won't be worried long. I went down to the riverbank, laid me down to sleep. When I woke up, cold iron shackles on my feet. Went down to the riverbank, laid me down to sleep. Went down to the riverbank, laid me down to sleep. Went down to the riverbank and I laid me down to sleep. When I woke up, cold iron shackles on my feet. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Really, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now. Oh, but I won't be worried. Let that fiddle play. There's a real judge in Memphis, Tennessee named Judge Harsh. Judge Boucher was his real name. They called him Judge Harsh because if you were sentenced to a year in prison, he wouldn't give you a year. What he would do instead is he would sentence you to 11 months and 29 days and then fine you $50 on top of that. The reason being you had no chance off for good behavior. Earned his name, Judge Harsh. Next verse is I asked the judge what might be my fine. He said $50 and $11.29. I asked the judge, what might be my fine? I asked the judge, said what might be my fine? I asked the judge, what might be my fine? He said $50 and $11.29. Come on! It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now. Oh, but I won't be worried long. Now, some of y'all are singing along fantastically. The rest of y'all are just... See you. You've been living in Washington for too long. One more as loud as possible. 1, 2. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now. Oh, but I won't be worried long. I'm worried now. Oh, but I won't be worried long.
Good job, everyone. This is the last song of this show. Thank you for saying aw. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, make them feel bad here. The bookers of this place. Give us another hour next time, eh? Yeah, boo. They're bad people. They're wonderful people. Thank you for having us, Kennedy Center.
Thank you for having us, Kennedy Center.
Did you guys advertise this? Because this is probably bad for your image right now in this city. That shouldn't be a controversial statement, but it is. I'm wearing a pin. It's a Planned Parenthood pin. It's in my Airbnb pro. But that's cheap applause. You're at a Pete Seeger show. Yeah, what a shock. You like Planned Parenthood. Calm down. We're on the same page, literally. And if you're not, cool. Thanks for being here. So, I covered the glorified blog, Brightest Young Things. We are a real magazine. I almost said a bad word, and there are children here. I covered the Republican National Convention, and I used Airbnb for my stay. And I was like, I'll have a pleasant photo, and I'll wear a Cubs hat, and I'll have my Planned Parenthood pin. By the way, it's okay to like Pete Seeger and be a sports fan, because I said so, and I'm wearing a suit, and that makes me a person of authority. Anyways, I was like, oh, I'll be with a photo with my wife. I'll be smiling. I'll be clean shaven. They'll definitely let me stay in their humble abode. And then I realized, I'm going to the Republican National Convention. This is a bad idea. So I book it, and I'm like, great, I got a good deal on an Airbnb in Cleveland at the Republican National Convention. And then he saw my profile pic, and then 10 minutes later, after he confirmed my reservation, he goes, I was wrong. I got to charge you literally 10 times more. And I was like, too bad. That's how contracts work. So the moral of the story is, if you're a bigot, you probably don't look at the pin first. So wear your pins however you want. Wear your hats however you want. It doesn't matter. Everybody be cool with each other. All right, I'm not over yet. So this is the last song. You could probably guess what it is, and if not, it's going to be a fun treat. This was essentially, I think this is fair to say, Martin Luther King's theme song. That sounds controversial, but then you'll hear the song and you'll be like, yeah, okay, he's not crazy. If you do think I'm crazy, book me for your cable access television show. I'm fantastic. But this is an important song. I don't need to say that. You already know that. You're here. These are important people, and I do need to say that they don't usually perform together. They all came together to do this because they wanted to, and it's that simple. And sincerely, thanks to the Kennedy Center for putting on programs like this. And the staff. This is a nightmare. I don't know if you've ever worked in music. You think like quiet is easy to mic. It's the most difficult to mic. It's so much easier to work with a metal band than these people. So they are very good at their job. So thank them. And do you want to say something, Johnny? Oh, that was it? Fantastic, because you know who pays the bills. Thanks to the staff at the Kennedy Center. I'll let you take it away.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
1, 2, 1, 2. I'll be alright, I'll be alright, I'll be alright someday. Well, deep in my heart, I do believe I'll be alright someday. That's your part. Y'all want to sing it? Come on. I'll be alright, I'll be alright, I'll be alright someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe I'll be alright someday. 1, 2, 3.
I'll sing a song, I'll sing a song, I'll sing a song one day. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe I'll sing a song one day.
I'll be alright, I'll be alright, I'll be alright someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe I'll be alright someday. That's Laura Schwartz on the fiddle. I'll be alright, I'll be alright, I'll be alright someday. shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. Line up.
Keep it going for Jonny, Ballad've, Elena, Candice, Laura, Rogerio.
1, 2, 3.
You guys see an ovation. That's good. That's a positive reaction. Thanks for coming. 365, their show's here at 6 p.m. I'll actually be DJing here, so if you want to hear a lot of Curtis Mayfield, hang around for the next hour. And RuPaul